class. All right. So far we've covered user input, output, various types. I'm going to show you one thing that can be very, very useful, especially if you're dealing with numbers and percentages and other things. And that is the Java text formatter. Now, I usually don't absolutely require this in programs, but it does make things look a lot nicer. So let's talk about what this is. Uh, First off, when I print a number, let's just say I come down here and make a integer. We'll just go number equals, 30 or something like that. And then make a double equals 0.40, right? That percentage. And maybe I want some money. Monies equals 134 dot like so. And I'll just make a fairly sizable whole number. Let's say int big number, like so. Now if I print all these, I'm just going to do some simple print statements. Number plus number. Plus percentage. I just want to show you what they look like as we print money, monies. Big number plus big number. All right, so I write all this out, and then we take a quick look. My number, my money, my big number, percentage. Now, a percentage is a number between 0 and 1. 1 being 100%, you know, and then let's say 0.2 would be 20%. In this case, 0.4 would be 40%. So let's say somebody owes me money and I say they owe me another 7%. I would just multiply by 1.07. Now if I wanted this to actually look like percentage, I could put a little parentheses here, multiply that, then of course multiply it by 100, plus add a little percentage sign at the end. It helps. I'll put another little like that. And then you'll see it does look like a percentage for the most part there, right? Now this doesn't round up. If this was like 4, 7, I would get that. And I have to do this math in order to make it look like an actual percentage. And numbers, there's no commas, there's no decimal places, there's no dollar signs. I could add a dollar sign here, just put a little dollar sign in the front. And you see, look at that. It's dollars, but the commas not so much, right? Now what the formatter that we're going to use here allows us to do is do that a little easier. So there's two things we got to do first before we can use it. First is import it. Java.text.format. Now, once I've got it imported, I have to, just like with our scanner, declare it, use it, give it a name, basically. So forgive me, I may have to go back to my wiki page or something. I don't use this a lot, but it's going to be format, let's say money. Oh, actually, that's not right. Well, we'll find out. Equals new. Yeah, let's take a quick look just to make sure I'm not messed up here. So whenever you have an issue, a problem, something you're a little curious about, Google is a very good resource. Java text format. I can type in specifically money format, for example. Set currency. So I'll click. Stack Overflow's got a lot of little examples here. Now, this is not something you want to use to just copy paste. You're not going to find answers to the programs. You may find answers to particular questions about the program, and that's perfectly fine. And sometimes you may not find anything at all. But this is really what I'm looking for right here. Number format, and actually I imported the wrong thing. It should be number format. Dot get currency instance. That's why my stuff wasn't popping up there. So let's take a look at this. Java itself has a million things in it. Java API. So the Java API is just everything Java can do. So as you can see, and each one of these pages has an untold number of things on it. In fact, I think we just talked about the the number format, right? Let's see if we can find that up here somewhere. It would actually be text, wouldn't it? Java.text. I click it, and we got a whole list of things here. Number format, check it out. It's there too, along with examples of how to do it. So if you ever want to know how to do anything in Java, this is basically, if you learn how to read the API, you can pretty much write anything you want. It does get a little complicated, but it is worth, practicing looking up stuff. Like if we learn something in class, try to find it and kind of go through it. A lot of it, is just probably won't make any sense, especially to a beginner programmer. But once you start writing more and more, it'll start making more and more sense. And of course, if that fails, you can always Google and find some sites that are showing exactly what you're looking for. So let's take a look. It's java.text.number format. Let's make sure I got the right one. That's why I thought that seemed a little funny when I started writing it. Number format. And then I have to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this, let's call this money equals new. Number format equals new number format dot. Actually, let's just go check and make sure. I believe it was over here somewhere. Let's see. Boop. Equals number format dot get currency instance is what I'm looking for. So we take a quick look. Equals. I'm so used to the new. That's why. I always do that. When you get to later Java stuff, everything has new in front of it. So dot. There we go. Now you'll see there's get currency instance, there's get integer instance, there's get number instance, there's get percentage. Now for the most part, get currency, I'm going to need one for percent. I just call it pers. Boop. And we'll just call this num. And it helps if you spell it right. And I'll just say get number instance. And actually, I guess I didn't need that 30 in the front. So what this is going to allow us to do is make these look pretty. Now, what this does is you use this when you're printing, not on the variable itself, but when we try to display it. Works for the JOption pane, works for the scanner, print statements. So what I'm going to do is, instead of what you see here, number, actually I'm just going to cancel that one out, since it's not going to be that relevant to what we're doing. I'm going to erase this little bit, and I'm going to say, in this case, percentage dot format. Percentage. Oh wait, I can't. It's pers dot format. There we go. And it's going to be percentage. I'm going to do the same thing to money. I'm going to get rid of that $sign. And I'm going to say monies dot, or not monies, money. You gotta remember it's got to be the same name as this up here. Dot format. And it's going to be monies. This is why naming things really is a big deal. If you name it A, B, C, D, it can get even more confusing. So this is going to be num dot format big number, like so. So this is only going to change it when I print it on the screen. So if you take a look, 48%, notice it round up. $13,456 with the $sign and commas, and 90 cents. It rounded up, which you can round up, but there's other stuff you have to do that. This kind of does it automatically. The big number, $123,456,789. Who wouldn't want that in their bank account? Now, this is, for doubles, anything you want decimal places with. That's basically what this number format is for. Or not decimal places, commas. The percentage is for percentages. And of course the money. That's what these are for. And mostly it's just to make things look a little prettier on the screen. Like I said, you can use it for JOption pane, you can use it for the scanner. If you were doing GUI and graphical stuff, which you can do here, you would, could do it to labels and things on the screen, which we haven't really covered. But NetBeans does let you do that if you ever wanted to play with it, making JPanel and JFrames. And that just allows you to, and you don't have to do this, but drag and drop buttons and text fields and stuff on the screen. Of course, dragging and dropping gives you literally hundreds of lines of extra code that you can't edit when you do that. But, if any of you want to play with that, you're more than welcome to. But we're not going to be covering that just now in the class. So this is the formatter. And like I said, it's very useful for making things look nice and pretty. Just requires the import. And then, of course, whichever one you want to use, whether it's money, percentages, or just commas. And then you simply just, when you print the message, no matter what you've done, let's say I did a bunch of math up here and I want to print out, how much money I need to pay or I'm owed or something. Then when I print it, I just say money.format, whatever that variable is. Or, if it's that divided by 2 or something, you could do math in there too and it would still work. As you see, my money is cut in half. And of course it's going to round, even if you get leftovers and stuff like that. Alright, there you go. Play around with it, see what you think. Try it for the JOption pane and the print statements like we did here. Maybe try a little bit of math. Ask for some user input and then have it display. Just a couple little challenge exercises for you to try. If you have any problems or issues, just let me know.